Boom. Hope everybody out there is taking care of yourself in today's beautiful reality. Today, I know I basically only make videos during the daytime, but this one struck me, okay? And it's an amazing feeling, I guess, to return to this place where I feel like I have been given a topic, okay? I haven't felt like this in months. And yes, basically, it's beautiful to come back, and I couldn't wait to make this video, okay? And it does kind of actually, interestingly enough, go exactly hand in hand. The title of today's video goes perfectly hand in hand with sort of how I've been feeling lately. And I know I've made a lot of sad videos, okay? Not necessarily sad, but diving deep into my psyche and realizing the darkness that is within, okay? And I had sort of a realization just a little bit ago, like 30 minutes ago, and I wrote it down quickly. And so we're primed for today's video, okay? But the title is going to be something along the lines of semen retention will bring you to sickness, something along those lines, okay? But really the pattern that I have noticed, and hopefully out there some of you guys can relate to this, is a deep-rooted self-sabotage pattern, okay? And for a very long time, I feel, since my spiritual awakening in 2020, I feel I would raise my frequency. I would be doing better. I would be feeling better about a lot of things, okay? And there was a subconscious pattern within me of self-sabotage. I would reach a frequency, I would be feeling good, I could have gone further, I could have been brighter, okay? But something struck me down, and I fell back into old routines. And this pattern was cyclical, and it would happen all the time, okay? And some of you guys can relate. As time went on, I slowly was pulling myself away from that pattern without necessarily being aware of that pattern. I felt I was slowly getting better. Well, recently, in these recent videos, you guys have seen me take a darker dive into myself. And circumstances and situations presented themselves that led me to a dark place, okay? And I wanted to bring this to your attention because I feel recently, and this has only felt like maybe these last couple days, all of a sudden it's like I'm back. It's like the vigor, the lust for life, that feeling has returned. And I want to also, before we go deeper into me pulling myself out of that darkness, and I didn't pull myself out, okay? Universe, God did. But before I go into that, I'm hoping that some of you guys can relate to this dark place I was in. This was a place, okay? I felt like I reached a low that I had never reached before. For a very long time in my entire life, I've always been sort of a criminal optimist, like an unrealistic optimist. And, you know, a lot of people will say, well, that's a good thing, right? Yeah, optimistic outlook on life. And so people will tell you this, okay? The truth is that I was subtly burying a lot of things by being this incredibly optimistic person. Sides of myself that I didn't want to see. Patterns that I would follow that I didn't want to be aware of. I would bury them, okay? Well, this deep low that I wanted to pinpoint for you guys, because I think that you guys can relate to this. I think there's a lot of people that can relate to this. This doesn't even have to be about semen retention, about the spiritual journey. This is just the human experience, is that You may reach a low in your life where nothing matters, where you reach a low that you don't want to do anything. None of the things you don't want it, because it doesn't matter. Why go to the gym? Why read the book? Why see the people? Why talk to the people? Why ask them questions? Why talk about yourself? All of these things, okay? I felt like I reached this place where I had no lust for life, like I had always sort of optimistically had, when in reality I was just burying things. But here we go, and here's the important part of today's video, okay? And if you stayed till this point, this is the important part of this video, okay? Without accepting it, without accepting that I was in such a difficult low, I fully embraced it. I came in front of the camera and told you all the experience I was having, the darkness I was experiencing, the patterns I was opening up to, the ego that was sort of always there that I was never aware of. Without embracing it and accepting it, I could have never pulled myself out. The cycle would have repeated, and maybe I would have had a little high. There would have been some physical 3D world thing that would have happened that maybe would have given me the hit of dopamine to pull myself out of that dark place momentarily, but the pattern would have kept repeating, okay? Until you get to that dark place and accept that darkness and fully embrace it, okay? You're not going to pull yourself out. And personally, I'm still in a dark place, but based on my energy and the way I'm talking and the way I'm looking, for those of you that do watch a lot of my videos, I know you can already feel it. You can already feel that I'm in a better place. I'm not saying I'm in the brightest place I've ever been, but you can already feel it, and I know you can. I can feel it in the way that I'm talking, okay? And so, if you're in that incredibly dark place where nothing feels like it should get done, okay? No part of you wants to do anything because it doesn't matter, right? Know that if you try to suppress further, and if you try to hide further and further, pull back from life deeper and deeper, okay? You're going to face that darkness even more. And you may get a temporary thing that comes along and pulls you out of there. There's a lot of people repeating this cycle. Think of people who may be in a dark place and all of a sudden they get in a relationship and they think, oh, and it's totally natural. You know, I'm not bad-mouthing these people whatsoever who do this. But they get in a relationship and they think, oh, well, this person, subconsciously they're thinking, oh, well, this person will pull me out. Oh, yeah, and they let themselves believe that that person will pull them out. I'm here to tell you that no one's going to come and save you, okay? And this may strike some fear into people about the path that they're on, okay? But the truth is that this spiritual journey is going to purposely lead you to this darkness. It's going to purposely do this to you, okay? There's nothing you can do to escape it. And from the 3D perspective, from the game we're playing's perspective, and from the world we're living in this body that you're operating, going to that dark place and feeling those feelings, feeling terrible, okay? Feeling like you don't want to do anything, feeling like nothing matters. From the 3D perspective in this game, that is a terrible place to be in. But realize that that darkness is incredibly powerful, and it is medicine for your soul. Let that sink in, okay? Without that, without these times of extreme shadow, of extreme darkness, you would never be able to experience the brightest lights. It is the yin and yang, the duality of this world. And I had talked about this stuff prior to actually experiencing this real dark low. You can tell yourself you're prepared for this. You can think that you're ready to experience this thing until you actually do and go have it for yourself. Nothing can prepare you. No amount of words that I can speak can prepare you for this extreme duality, okay? But keeping that awareness and understanding these things while you're going through this dark, incredibly dark period, it like levels you up. You see how God is using you to suffer, to guide you to this new way of thinking, to this new way of being. I see the universe's fingers in my life, like orchestrating all of these terrible things to happen, these dark periods, this and this internal feeling that it's been orchestrated to make me feel here. Only to show me maybe that the ego was too much inside of me. Or maybe there was this self-sabotage pattern that was always holding me back. Or these certain things, this mentality that I had towards myself. And this feeling of that I was never good enough. I'm sure some of you can relate. It's showing you all of those things. It showed me all of those things, okay? And this is still a work in progress. This is definitely, I'm not speaking from a place of, well, guess what? I've got it all figured out. No. I'm coming in front of this camera to say, I am just now feeling like I'm pulling myself out a bit. Okay? But keep that in mind that from the outside perspective, from the physical world perspective, it looks terrible. It feels terrible. This is like high-level training for the soul. This is like medicine for the soul. And I wanted to finish this video off with this final point about this period, because for those of you that are in this period, and I feel that there's people in this period of extreme darkness, think of your shining bright self in the future. Think of everything being sunshine and rainbows. Oh, my whole life was so perfect. I was a trust fund baby and I received all of this money. I never had to work a job a day in my life. Think of that person, okay? Now think of your shining self in the future, going through the depths, the darkness. You would never have the depth. You would never have the understanding of others and their suffering and their pain. You would never have this clarity, okay? That person who has been through the depth that is you in the future, shining so bright, with extreme clarity, extreme understanding, incredible ability to empathize with people. That is a beautiful person waiting for you on that other side. Okay? You would never get there without extreme pain. You would never get there without suffering. You would never get there with the universe beating on you a little bit. You just never would. So hopefully this message finds the right ears. Peace.